want to hear your opinion. Do you agree with the perspective or the position of our analyst Fouad Said? Are there new opinions that you'd like us to consider? Are you comfortable with the decisions that have been made regarding certain policies? Are you comfortable with the recent reality or the current reality that we have to get on board with? And if you have your reservations, go on ahead and tell us why you have reservations. And if you agree with it, tell us why you agree with it. 2 stories have been selected for further discuss on Mainland Focus. I'll read out these stories to you and then give you an opportunity to talk to me about it. Fouad Said will join us to talk very briefly before we allow everyone to join in. We're going to be looking at the story of the tax reform. It is the most contentious subject matter in the country at this time. Well, followed by the fuel controversy, but the tax reform bills has been the largest, or should I say most controversial conversation that we've been having as a country. Now, the PDP and even the opposition leaders in the House, especially the northern governors and northern representatives, are quite apprehensive regarding this particular bill, and the presidency have time and again attempted to make sense of this particular tax reform bills, explaining to them that this is not some sort of arsenal against any region of the country. We are not trying to ostracize anyone. We're not trying to deprive anyone of resources. We're simply saying that we need to harmonize our tax administration. We need to find a way to ensure that we're making judicious use of the taxes. Yes, there are a lot of concerns that state, for example, the sharing formula of FAC would be based on how much remittance you've been able to do as a state. Now, states like Lagos State, Rivers State, amongst others, contribute a lot to the economy of the country. Now, the northerners are somewhat skeptical because due to the problem of insecurity in the region, the inability for them to really work, they've not been able to contribute quite a lot to the nation, and so they are somewhat afraid that if you use that sharing formula of you get what you give, then the north will be impoverished. So what are your thoughts regarding the apprehension and the opposition? Also, do you believe that we might see the need to use veto power, or do you think that we should maybe pause and postpone this tax implementation until at least the majority of everyone involved understands and is on board with this new policy? Secondly, we're talking about the EFCC and their seizure of 753 duplexes in Abuja. They had told us that an ex-top government official is complicit in this particular property or in this seizure, and he's currently being investigated. And the question or the concern is, why give us details of everything else? Details about the building, its location, the amount of buildings, amongst other things, but you fail to mention the individual that is believed to have used public resources or fraudulently acquired this property. And so they're asking questions about transparency within the EFCC. What image is this painting in the mind of the average Nigerian? Are you serious about fighting corruption? Why are you shielding the identity of individuals that have been alleged to dupe the people that they're supposed to protect? Fouad Said will join us, like I said, very briefly to speak on these matters, and then you can talk about it. Don't forget, we're talking about the tax reform bills, the apprehension towards the bills, the presidency's attempts to explain to people that this is for the benefit of all and it is not a weapon that is supposed to be used on one region or the other, and also the EFCC's decision to withhold the name of individuals that are alleged to have committed crimes that border around mismanagement of public funds. Fouad Said, good morning. Thank you for joining us again. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Sage, for having me. Well, I think on the tax reforms bill, my position is still the same, just like I've said it over and over again. I think we need to have more consultations, open this for more discussion. I don't think there should be any reason for desperation on something that could have serious consequences. I look at people who think, oh, it's just a northern thing. The reality of the way we are as a people today as a nation has shown that, look, we all need every region, whether we like it or not. There's no region, quote unquote, that is useless. Every region is important to the peaceful coexistence of Nigerians. And so all interests must be taken care of, if indeed we've agreed to be one nation under God. And I think that, look, on this kind of issue, the president must understand why all interests now must taken care of in this particular conversation. We can always have a debate. We can always have a dialogue. That's even the beauty of democracy. We can disagree to agree. At the end of the day, what we should not lose is nationhood. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
And then on the issue of the EFCC, I'm thinking that, look, the EFCC chairman go and tell us why they are shielding the identity of this person. Who the person is, that is so powerful to the point where he's alleged to have stolen public resources. Because a forfeiture means that, look, he has agreed to leave it. So why, unless they tell us it's part of the deal, say, okay, don't worry, if you forfeit this property to us, we will not tell people your identity. But that for me is also encouraging corruption. Because it is not even the ability to able to forfeit or seize this property that matters to me, but your ability to force name and shame the person. You understand? Because most likely the person that has forfeited this to the government may have times 10 of these kind of properties also in some other places. So he might not even bother. But what he is bothered about is what you should not deal with. It is obvious that this person is bothered about his own image and identity. That is where we should not punish the person. Because 753 properties may be a joke to this individual, really. Because we don't know. Because if one individual can do this, he probably might have times 10 of these properties in other locations that we have not identified. But that image, that is personality that is so important to me, is what we should not use to punish him by naming and shaming him. Because why do we take mug shots of Yahoo boys? Why do we take mug shots of people who steal 2 million, 1 million, 3 million, and we are very quick to put it in the media space? And then somebody that does something as big as this, we are shielding the person. It questions our commitment to fighting corruption. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Fuad. The phone line is open. We're still streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us on our socials. You can use the live chat option to send your contributions. You can also call 0913-6000-410. For WhatsApp and text messages is 0913-6000-430. You can send your contributions, and I would implore you to please be brief if you're sending a message. It's different when you're talking, and it's different when we have to read this messages. So if your channel of choice is through WhatsApp or text message, I implore you to please be brief and kindly get straight to the point. It's 2 minutes that's allotted for each caller. Don't forget to join our live stream on Mainland 98.3 FM. We're talking the tax reform bills, the apprehension and opposition to this bill, and the attempt of the presidency to convince the region, especially the northern region, that this is not an affront, it's not an assault on your region. We're just trying to ensure that we make judicious use of our taxes in the country. And also the EFCC's decision to not reveal the name of the ex-government official that allegedly owns 753 duplexes in the FCT. What are your thoughts? What does this say about the possibility of the EFCC being able to really stop crime? Why shield the individual and expose the properties? Let's take our first phone call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Do you mind speaking up a little for us?
What?
Okay. You sounded quite low.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we can. Your name, please.
My name is Aloysius, calling from Lagos. I want to tell you that the EFCC, they themselves are not clean. Because if they are clean, they could have disclosed the name of the man that owns that property. So for me, I'm saying that they are not clean. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Good morning to you, Lady Sage Babalola.
Good morning to you. Thank you for calling.
My name is Prince YS, calling you from Amudafi.
All right.
If only one man owns 753 duplex, only one man, that fellow can stay in Nigeria and pocket the money if he allows. Now, number one, I must commend the FCC and I must commend the judge that gives me verdict. Look what is going on in this country. Only one person. No. Even though I want to appeal to FCC, please let us know the name of that person. Indirectly, unofficial, they've told us the name, but they officially what we have to tell Nigeria. and that person in particular to be dealt with according to the law of the land. No play baggage. Let it face the music. Only my pains for the past 20 years plus is by not setting us special courts to try those that stole our commonwealth. My money, your money, our money, be taken over people. For those who that take billions, they have the money to have a very sound lawyer. They have the money to bribe the opposing lawyer. They have the money to bribe the witness. That's why when you see a bill against somebody in the bus, don't have exchanged hands. For this special court that is that just 1 or 2 years, we will know the termination of that case. That the one now taking 10 years, 15 years without releasing our money for those who stole the money. Oh my God. So we need special courts that will never entertain any confessional cases. Right. We only deal with corruption cases by then. Our money will be retrieved back to Nigeria and develop the country.
Thank you.
Babalola, this man that do this is enemy of this country.
Thank you so much for calling. Hello.
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 Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Kitchen.
All right, go ahead, please.
Concerning the tax reform, I just want to call attention of the chairman of the tax reform to the fact that the claim that 90% of Nigerians are in support of tax reform is a lie. How can all the 19 governors of northern states against something and you be telling the whole world that 90% of Nigeria are in support of it? That is a lie, it's a propaganda. So you should go and sit down. Concerning the issue of somebody that will recover 700
from duplexes, yeah.
Yes, from there is this common saying that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. The body language of the people in power will determine how the FCC will operate. So under this current administration, you can't see something reasonable that will be achieved under this administration concerning anti-corruption. That is my take this morning. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ajibola calling from Nicola.
All right.
One, concerning the tax reform bill, that I begin to suspect a lot of foul play in these things. You can't be forcing something on somebody's throat without having an ulterior motive. We should be reasonable in this country, for one. And that is one of the problems we have in this country. We are always economical with the truth. Why would you want to do something good? And the only method you know how to use to do that thing is to force it on the throat. That is the way they force us to remove subsidy. The same way they force the policy of floating naira on us. And we are all in the pain today. When they come up with this analogy that even people that are not earning much will not pay tax. Okay, how will you increase tax of something like, let's say, Coca-Cola? And you believe that Coca-Cola will not increase their price? On the other run, the consumer will be the one that will pay the additional money they are going to add. So we should always think reasonably. There's no way we will increase any tax of anybody that will not later come back to the masses again. And concerning the EFCC guys, that is half-baked truth that we always say. That is what always land us in this. You don't give us half information. You only give us half truth. Tell us the name of the person. This is the thief that stole our money, and we know. And everybody will go after the person. Even if the court cannot go after the person, let the masses go after the person. How can somebody, a whole person, just one person like this, have a duplex of 700 plus? That is true. That is inhuman. And some people are living under the bridge. In the same country, some people are begging for 12,000 naira to pay house rent, a yearly house rent, maybe under 1 cubicle. That is absurd in a nation that is working. That is absurd. God bless this nation.
All right, thank you very much for your insight. Let me read Facebook messages. We have John Bernard Ohi who says, on this tax reform bill, the president needs to do more consultation so that it will not end up like the issue of subsidy removal and the floating of the naira. I'm really concerned on the part that talks about private consultants collecting taxes for the government. We do have Benjamin Ise, hold on, who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. All we're hearing again and again is EFCC recovered this, recovered that, but we don't see these recovery reflecting in the economy of the country. Again, why is the EFCC not naming the looter? Top government official is not a name. They should name and shame the looters for others that have criminal mind would think twice before stealing. What we see in EFCC's recovered loot is always relooted by powers that be, and it benefits them. It does not benefit Nigerians. Benjamin from Shogunle. All right, thank you very much, Benjamin. Keep the messages coming in on Facebook, mainland 98.3 FM, or streaming live, or send us a text message or WhatsApp message to 0913-6000430. It's back to the phones. Hello. The volume on your radio, please.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
John from Mogba.
All right, welcome.
The tax reform bill, honestly, what more consultation do they need? Can they go through whatever the proposal and see and read it through? If they have any objection, can they view their objection? So what is anything that will not benefit, that will not swing to their side, this defense law will not swing to their side. That's how they will complain. You don't drink alcohol, you don't smoke cigar, now you don't sell it, but you want to derive the same you want to receive the same equal share with the same that develop your state, come up with ideas, generated revenue, and share according to what you put to the table, what you push forward to the table. Is that not fair enough? As regard the FCC, they are just riding roughshod or not. What are we supposed to do with this information now? You need the video. I have 753 houses. You didn't name the person. You didn't shame him. You didn't bring him to justice. You just announced it. So because we are robots, Abi, we should go to church and give thanksgiving, Abi. But if it is to be Yahoo boys, we will quickly hand them into jail, incarcerate them. But you are now having an official that 753. You know how much you need to rent a room in Lagos? In this Ogba, you need about 400,000 plus. And somebody has 753, and you are not naming him. They are not serious. From head to toe. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Hello. Oh, all right, we lost that one. Please call back if that was you. 0913-6000410. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. As regards
tell us your name, sir, and where you're calling from.
Hello. I'm Greg calling from Ogba.
All right.
So I was listening to news analysis this morning about somebody owing 753 duplexes, but then EFCC did not name the place. But before tuning into your program, I was listening to 99.3 Sheriff Body and Jᴏɪᴜ, and Sheriff Body was made Jᴏɪᴜ to understand that the person that EFCC is shielding is Emefiele, as reviewed by Sahara reporters. Go and read it. It's Godwin Emefiele. So let us not.
You don't have. The report hasn't. The EFCC hasn't put out an official statement. I did see the report by Sahara reporters, and I deliberately did not talk about it because until we get information directly from the EFCC, I'd advise us not to push speculations. It's just.
So close. Go and read Sahara reporters.
I just told you that I have seen the report. But then let's wait for an official statement by the EFCC. It's a very simple thing to do. I did see the report, but then these are speculations until they're being confirmed by the agency in question or the individual that is being accused. Let's do things professionally. All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning,
Good morning to you.
My greeting to Mr. Fuad.
Yes.
It's Mr. James from Agbado Junction.
Welcome.
Although my brother Bola from Kola has said it all, this issue of tax, when you tax most of these companies, believe you me, it is the poor man in the street that pay all this money. Because most of the companies must inflate their goods, their products, in order to cover all those high tax. And who pays for all those high tax? It is the poor man in the street. Whether you are jobless, whether you are engaged, whatever you are doing, you are the one paying. Ordinarily, what you should have been buying at 100 naira, you buy it at 1,000 naira. You are the one paying the tax, not the companies. So these people are indirectly continuing impoverishing people in the street. So, but some people will still come up and defend them. Like the issue of EFCC, believe this government and believe anything. Even the Port Harcourt refinery, they promise you that they have started, producing. How is it now? So this issue, and EFCC is particularly the government agencies, they are working and going according to what their master directed them to do. They are not working for the purpose of better governance. They are working for politicking. Whatever the owner that appointed them to do is actually what they will carry out. So that is for EFCC. Now the issue of this, someone owing something and someone not owing, why are they not naming it? Why are they not saying precisely where those properties are located? But because everything is all about propaganda. You remember during Buhari time, they say a lot of things about the judges, they boggle their houses. But they don't want those judges to come and defend all those accusations and the allegations. But they ended like that, punishing the image of those 5 judges. So that is the government of APC for you. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Olayiwola from Nigeria.
All right, welcome.
Yeah. It concerns the issue of 700 and something unit house, undisclosed name of a corruption official within a top government official. The problem that I have with it, this is a common thing that the National Assembly is supposed to do. All our social contracts, all our position within the government, all the higher position, let them make a capital punishment or make a law that anybody that occupy any position and basing a public fund, it should die by the hanging. So that is the only way to control it. If you will continue to release the people that are corrupting in the office, today ex-governor, tomorrow ex-president, tomorrow ex-custom officer, all these positions that everybody are occupying, they are just occupying to enrich themselves. They didn't give account to the common people. And that is why to even get those type of job in the society today, the common poor man that his mother is selling pepper in the market cannot even get that kind of job. Why can't the National Assembly making a law that anybody that occupy this seat that you embezzling any public fund, you should die by hanging, and let him make it a capital punishment, so he can serve as an example for other people that want to occupy it in the nearest future. Even this my brother or my sister that occupy that are embezzling public fund, let them executive instantly, and I will approve it. That is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Would you like to address another matter?
You already addressed it already.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Koloko. I greet you, Alhaji.
Thank you.
I support the tax reform bill from my heart. They're not saying that they are going to affect them. Is it anything that's going to affect us and they're not going to talk about it? I support it because we need this tax. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Because I'm a supporter of Nigeria progress. We need this tax if it can be used resourcefully. But my question to you now is that the tax when they remove from subsidy can do what state now. What I'm seeing is yacht. They're banking the whole world. Judiciary house and salary and other things. Why I cannot buy almost of 500 for all jobs yesterday, and I have eye problem, and that only is to help me. Why did I cannot eat me? Couldn't say closing down. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Now, if they will not allow him to implement this, let him use his veto power. Let him use his veto power. Concerning EFCC. EFCC chairman should go by a great in water. How much they realize from 2007 till now? Nobody said they're not going to tell us about where they collect house or collect their money. Are you hearing me? They are not meant for to witch hunt political opposition or your whole point. They have to come and explain to me how much they have realized, because I never see any government presence in 15 days. Only what I see is destroying of Ḥᴏᴜ from Ḥᴏᴜ Bridge to Winners. Say they want to do road. We never see anything. I don't do that for more. I don't do that for more. Now, you never finish. You never finish.
Thank you for
They
calling.
won't kill me. They won't go over for me.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, the volume on your radio, sir. Do you mind turning it down?
Okay. Aziz Nabdallah.
All
Good
right.
morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Alhaji Suba.
All right.
Yes, my point to this, my advice to this government is tax reform or no tax reform. The moment people has an enabling environment, nobody will complain about tax reform. You understand? It is the joy that make people to pay tax. It's just like when you are, when you are racing in a vehicle about roadworthiness, and the road is not roadworthy. So what you see, it's a simple common sense. You see, the government should do their own part in making people to respond to tax payments. You understand? Give us an enabling environment. In overseas, people are paying tax. There is no antagonism. People with joy they pay tax because they are benefiting from the government. So government should give us an enabling environment. Enabling environment in terms of economy, in terms of security, so that the people will come to this country and establish. With all the movement of our president going abroad, which one of them will come to Nigeria to come and establish? I mean, it's a simple common sense. You understand? So on the issue of the duplex, somebody mentioned Babalola. You see, look, I think information goes from here. You may not get the information. A lot of people might get it like Sahara or whatever. So don't let us push aside that information from Sahara that Mefele is the one. But by and large, it's a journalist that I heard it from a radio this morning. The man was mentioned. So it will not be known to you, but at least we all heard it this morning from another radio. So that's the point. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you very much. I still would please insist that we wait for an official statement from the EFCC. I mean, we can highlight the report. I did see it this morning. I said that about 5 different times, and I did not make it a part of the report because it is unconfirmed. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of peddling unconfirmed conversations or topics or what have you. I would rather wait till at least we can attribute the statement to someone. We can attribute it. The EFCC said. It just gives more credence to the notion that you're pushing, which is why I'm insisting that we wait for an official statement from the EFCC to confirm this allegation that has been put forward by Sahara reporters. That's all I'm saying. I'm not discrediting the report in itself. Let's pause for a bit and read our WhatsApp messages. We have, why should the North always be afraid to get down to work? They should generate their IGR and stop the over-dependence on oil, money, and value-added tasks from other regions. Only Borno State can feed the whole country via agricultural produce. Let them think outside the box. This is why true federalism or pure regional government is the best for Nigeria. Let each state of the region make good use of their endowed resources to develop their place and pay taxes to Abuja. Simple. A message from Chijioke. All right, thank you very much, Chijioke. Another one here says, good morning, Sage. I'm Stevie Kelu from Maryland. Sage, on the tax reform issue, the sharing formula should not be according to the input. It should be equitable to all states. Reason, many of those states contributing more to the fund have other perks from government to them. Secondly, the North produces 75% of the food in this nation. In other words, the North feeds the nation. That too is equally substantial contribution, so they should enjoy the dividend of tax reform like their Lagos or Akwa Ibom state counterpart. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. The only reason why they wouldn't reveal the identity of the corrupt official is simple, because property would be auctioned back to those same corrupt officials through their associates. This is Nigeria Owen from Lagos. We have here, good morning radio. For the tax reform, the North should note that they cannot reap where they did not sow. I remember them stopping beer companies and the likes, and these are the companies that pay heavy taxes to the South. Which major investment have the Northern governors pulled? They're always waiting for federal allocation. Now you see that these governors are also a major problem. Meanwhile, on the assertions about the EFCC and their refusal to name the individuals, should we applaud them for a job well done? I don't understand, but I heard some speculations about who it might be. They know what they're doing. It all boils down to the government of the day. There's no transparency. God is still on the throne. Andrew from Yaba there with a message. We have Wale from GRA Keja who says, good morning to you in the studio. On the tax law bill, the president should do whatever it takes to get it passed into law. You did not participate in baking a cake, and you even help in destroying some of the ingredients, and yet you want to continue to have the lion's share of the baked cake. Where is the place of equity there? The northern governors know it is all about The northern governors know what it is all about, and they know what they're doing. They know that they destroy big companies which bring a sizable amount of VAT. They don't allow it to be sold in their state, yet they want the largest share of VAT that comes from it from other states. If Nigeria is restructured into regions, all this brouhaha about tax laws will no longer be there, as regions will control their resources. This is the only rhyme Nigeria will be witnessing. I believe you mean time. This is the only time Nigeria will be witnessing progress and development again, like we had in the 1950s and 1960s. Fuad, let's leave it to each region to get credible leaders to lead them. We're not ready to fight corruption in Nigeria, and until we're ready to name, shame, and prosecute corrupt individuals, no matter how highly placed, we would remain the same. Thank you. Enjoy your day. You enjoy your day as well. I'm still reading WhatsApp messages. Good morning, Mainland FM. It seems we're looking away on the new charges of the CBN, which has taken immediate effect. The 753 duplexes seized by EFCC belongs to Emefiele. We don't need to hide it. All right. The estate, we know the address. It was in the news. Thank you, Mr. Adenuga, for your community journalism. I love James Hardley's novel, which says, "Find him, I will fix him." The EFCC recovery is a fallacy. Mere house banking, where most of them have stakes. It is a dead discovery. If I for Mashishi. And back to the phones now. 0913-6000410. Text messages 0913-6000430. This is Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. I'm Sage Babalola. When you call, do well to introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from. Two subjects on the table this morning: the tax reform bills, the opposition to these bills, and the attempt of the center to get the northern leaders particularly to embrace this bill. It is not an affront to you as a region. We're just trying to harmonize our tax administration. We're trying to ensure that people get what they give. In fact, for the sharing formula of VAT, there's a proposal there that minimizes the share of the federal government from 15% to 10%. But all of these indices are being overlooked for that one singular clause of VAT formation, which, if implemented, might see the North not getting as much as they used to before. We're also talking about the EFCC and the asset seizure, and also the decision to not name the ex-government officials that these properties allegedly belong to. And people are asking questions: are you serious about your fight against corruption if you are shielding the individuals that are believed to be responsible for these financial misappropriations? 0913-6000410. Hello.
Hello, Babalola. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Why our government always, toe the line of shielding and hiding people that are caught in corrupt practices. Let me refresh our mind a bit. During Jonathan's time, Jonathan was always saying, "I have Boko Haram in my government." And the question we were asking him then is, "These Boko Haram you say you have in your government, they don't have names? Can't we have them, their names revealed?" Throughout, Jonathan never named anyone. And then recently, we had the names of about 400 people to Nigerian government. They said these are the people sponsoring terrorism in your country. And our government refused to reveal their names and refused to tell them who they are. And then this is the situation. An ex-government official, he doesn't get named. Why is it that Dizani Madueke had her name mentioned, and how that she did, they were mentioned? Olizametu had his name mentioned. He was even fired when he was on a stretcher, when he was going to court. I remember in Egypt, their president was on wheelchair going to court. People saw them. So why is the EFCC telling me now that they cannot mention the name? And you want to deceive me that you are fighting corruption? By name and shame them. If you don't tell and shame them, please don't tell us anything about whatever you have recovered or whatever you are pursuing. That was the time we came out. Yaya Bello, I must do this. Yaya Bello was still in this country. I beg EFCC, don't tell us anything about your fight against corruption until we see the evidence of it. This is very wrong for Nigeria. My sister, please, let me stop over. Have a nice day.
You have a better one. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
The wise one.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you. We thank God for another day. The issue of 753 houses, is there really any politicians from the top to the down? We are talking of 700 and this thing. It's a civil servant. Some politicians, they have 10,000 houses in this country. If we have a good system, none of them will rule this country. None of them will be governors. All the top civil servants come to Lagos. Lagos State is richer than 10 states put together. You will see some level 12 officers. They have houses in Magodo. Even, what do you call it now? All of these estates. So what are we talking about? The fact that they have caught this one, I'm not against it. But we don't have a good system. Our system is porous. And it is only the enemies of those in power that suffer. On the issue of the tax, this government has been very suspicious. So no matter how good intentions they are, I will never believe them. I will never. Because people are rationalizing the advantages of this thing. Like somebody said, these products that they are selling, like all these minerals and all of that, to rich men buy them. They don't drink these products. They drink imported products. So all these things that the companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all of those things, soap, washing, and all of that, is not this poor men. The products they use are imported. So even if this government means well, with all that they have told us, the average Nigerian has never enjoyed anything. So is this one going to be different? They told us about NNPC refinery in Port Harcourt. Where is it today? So I just marvel when people come and start telling us that the reform is going to do us good and all of that. Which reform has done Nigerians good? Let them start it. When we see it, when it is good, we will applaud it. Some people, they just applaud the president and his reforms because they like him. The same thing when Jonathan was there. He had some supporters who were also supporting him blindly.
Thank you so very much for your input. We appreciate you. Please, let's stay on course. Thank you. Let's take another one. Hello.
Morning to you, Sage. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning, sir.
Well done, Engineer Nee from Yapa.
All right.
We talk. Obi said, anybody kakan, someone like you. Mẹ́rin tó kù kó máa jẹ ti wọn o. Ẹ̀yin bódó borí ẹ̀ káfà sókè ńlẹ̀. Mẹ́rin tó kù kó máa jẹ ti wọn o. That discovery of AFCC, they have not done any work at all. Some people are ruling us today. Every local government and every development council, they have houses. How did they get them? And they refuse to name. Let them do their thorough job and name everybody that has houses all over the places. And let there be equity and transparency in all our dealings. That's about that 700 and something houses that they are talking about. All of them that have access to funds, just track it and run away with it, as Mr. President will say. That is just it. And concerning the tax reform, we talked about Alpha Beta. We have not finished about it. And you are talking about, we are not in fiscal federation. The Nigerian nation, everything you want to do, that is why you have NOA. If it is all embracing, that will say for everybody, come train with it and let people know that we can trust our common patrimony with you. That is what I'm saying. Because it is not when people are talked that is not all embracing. It is not for the masses. They have now started charging 50 naira on every 10,000 you transfer, electronic transfer now in your wallet. How it's tax everywhere. The matter that overtaxation is coming on board, that negates the validity of that bill in the first place. The governors are getting money. Yes, the federal government is getting money. But is it for the masses? It's not for the masses.
Thank you.
You remove the fuel subsidy. You flood the naira.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to
Very
hear
well.
from you.
How's your family?
Fine, thank you.
This is Madam Issy.
Yes, welcome.
What are people saying about this VAT issue? They should share it the way we used to share it. By the time you start giving only Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Port Harcourt, maybe coming a lot of the VAT, it becomes, we are no more one Nigeria again now. We are no more one Nigeria. Share this thing. After all, people who are doing minerals, maybe Coca-Cola, all those soft drinks, they are in the north now. Are they not bringing VAT from there too? Why are they so particular about alcohol? But everybody drinks. Somebody like me, I don't drink. I've never ever taken my money to go and buy a lager beer to drink or Guinness to drink. I don't drink. So because I don't drink now, anything that is coming to me, they say don't do that because it's not a drink. So it doesn't make sense. There should be no trouble. There should not be brute trouble where there is no trouble. Share this thing the way it used to be shared, and let us all be happy. As for EFCC, they should tell us the people who have 753 buildings. When I'm looking for money to go and rent a house, why can't they tell me, Madam, if you can pass your Abuja, stay in one big place there? The former Minister of Justice and Attorney General, he has conglomerate like John. They have seen it. What did they do to him? Conglomerate. He has estates, what do you call it? In fact, a lot of things, I saw it in the video, but nobody is prosecuting him. And you are here telling us about EFCC can ask him that, where did you say this thing? Even John and you see that a conglomerate, they didn't have such things.
Thank you so much for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have a great day. All right. Let's do Facebook again. Basil Chika says EFCC can only brag, but they cannot do better than the shenanigans we see them displaying because the system and its operators are not clean. What the government needs to do if they really want to fight corruption is to allow the commission to be independent in all ramification without interference from anywhere. Secondly, on the task reform, the government should please stop impoverishing the people while those that impose the taxes are feeding all. A rich man wastes still money, we know they see them face for crime fighter, and this is the simple case of the politician that has stolen our commonwealth. Let us use Nigeria to play kalu kalu. On the tax reform, I just beg these people not to bring up issues at all times to divert our attention from their on economic policies. God bless Nigeria. Prince Darlington from Okoko Michael. We need special court. All right then. Additional Olanrewaju, still on Facebook, says, I appreciate the good work you do here. Keep it up. Thank you very much. On a lighter mood, you cannot discourage extrajudicial killing and at the same time encourage naming the owner of 750 duplexes in Abuja. The average Nigeria would not shame him or her, but set tire and petrol on him or her on the street. All right, well, we've always spoken against jungle justice. It's illegal. But yes, I do get the point that you're trying to drive home. Another when Michael says, hello Mainland FM, if I may ask, of what benefit in the long run will the tax reform bill bring to the common masses when both the past and present administration have not gotten solutions to the cancer called bribery and corruption? It's destroying the country. It has just been announced that prices of food commodity would increase drastically in December, and the reason is because of the bribe collection on the road. Is that not shameful? Can we have confidence that the reform would have positive impact where there is no transparency and proper accountability? With the bill also stop the men in uniform and the agberos that are forcefully collecting money on the road. This administration should stop adding salt to our injury. Finally, on the EFCC, in my own view, I see the institution as a setup to which hunt political opponent. If not, why will you be curbing corruption by shielding looters that you have arrested? It's just absurd and it's ridiculous on the part of the EFCC to even cover such act. God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onote from Ijagamo community. All right, James Obuna says, Sage, I greet you professionally on the EFCC discovery of the 753 houses. I think the EFCC is to blame, particularly their media department. When you don't communicate effectively, you leave room for all kind of conjectures, and you won't blame anyone. I also saw the report by Sahara reporters, and honestly, I don't doubt the possibility. However, let us wait for an official statement from them. Perhaps the EFCC is being careful of being sued for false alarm by the personality involved. On tax reform bills, this will show how popular the president is in the north. Sage, I notice you only laugh when Sage is around or on the phone. Are we giving you tough time? Take care of yourself. You notice that Sage, I don't understand. Who are you talking about, first of all? You said you only notice that I laugh when Sage is around. I don't know whose name you made a mistake there, but who are you talking about? Text me, I really want to know. Thank you. We have Kolawole Kazim. Kolawole Kazim from Ijora. I just want to remind our people this country belongs to all of us, and what we do individually would affect the development of the country. If we make effort to destroy it, a lot of us will suffer, and if we make effort to develop it, all of us will benefit. The greatest gift you can give your country is to contest in one of the election yourself. Nigeria's democracy does not only give you the right to vote, it also gives you the right to stand as a candidate yourself. And since you feel that the current politicians are bad, what about you replacing them? You would lose your moral clarity to criticize the government if you don't compete in the election. Well, unfortunately, there's no independent candidacy as of right now. You have to belong to a political party. That's the thing. We have Kolawole Kazim here with a message. Kolawole Kazim from Ijora says, please, who are these people claiming that they're speaking for the North? Their arrogance is ridiculous. How can 50 to 100 people think they can decide for more than 100 million people? Please. It is all about propaganda. The fact remains that since 1999, Northerners have always been splitting their vote. The North is not monolithic. However, I think these guys are the enemies of the Northerners. I think these Northern leaders are speaking for themselves and not for the people. The bill certainly would revolutionize the North and force their leaders to develop the region because it is a pay-as-you-go bill. The more companies cited in your state, the more allocation you're going to get. The reason these lazy governors are complaining is because they don't want to work for their people and encourage industrialization in their state. I think the president should not back down. This is the second legacy policy that Tinubu will give Nigerians. The defeat of this bill would mean a defeat of the common sense and Nigeria's development. All right, thank you very much. Let me take a few more phone calls and I'll read WhatsApp messages. 0913600410. It's mainland focus on mainland 98.3 FM. I'm Sage. What's your name?
Lady Sage, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Tဃᴇ Joshua.
Welcome.
Yeah. I want to talk about this tax reform. Of course, personally, if you ask me, I don't like tax. I don't even like paying tax.
Why?
I don't like paying tax.
It's your duty.
You know my belief. Of course, maybe when I get to power, but if you are a leader and you focus mainly on tax, it's almost, to me, I feel or I consider you as a clueless leader. This is it. God bless us with several mineral resources in this country. We cannot take advantage of them. In this country presently, I'm not sure if we have a gold refinery, silver refinery, and all of that. We only concentrate on fear. See, look at what Saudi Arabia, look at what they are doing. I think really they are just like of course they can set tax laws or tax for other foreigners. But then they have to come taking care of their people. It kind of
we can barely hear you. Your connection is bad. We don't even know the words you're saying. Maybe you should call back. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm Sunday. I'm calling from Kenya.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, my contribution on the matter this morning is that, you see, our society is laid on lawlessness. And any society that is laid on lawlessness, there is always consequence. And not only that, all those sectors will be stained. And it will be a bad name to that particular sector. So, and what we are facing currently is a very terrible challenge. And we have been so many couples of leaders for so many years now. It has been a backlog for our system. And if you ask me, it is not either the foreigners or outsiders that are our problem. We as a people are the cause of our problem. And if we cannot address it, there is nothing that will come and address it for us. And the worst of it is that even the journalists has been paid. The journalists, the editors, all the bonds have been paid. It's whatever the government gives out, either true or lies.
Why would you say
they
that?
brought it to the table. The reason why I'm saying this is this. And if a politician who cannot be named and it amassed a lot of estate, and they could not be able to name him, and they cannot give an accurate figure to the journalists to come outside to the public and give a concrete expression of what actually transpired. What does that mean? That means the journalist has been paid too. So the system totally has been paid. And when this continues, Nigeria will not have a name in Africa. I'm just saying this because it has been a long time.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate you for your insights. Let's take another phone call. Don't forget, you have just 2 minutes for your submission. Hello. Morning to you.
Hello?
Yes. Morning.
Madam Sid, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Samuel calling from Ikeja.
All right.
Yes, Sid, quickly, let me say something concerning this tax bill that we are talking about this morning. You see, there is one thing that I want to say this morning that people are not looking at, which is the antecedent of this current president when it comes to the issue of tax. I hope we will not have a situation whereby we will have something similar to what is happening in Lagos State of Alpha Beta, that we don't know the company that are collecting the tax in Lagos State. I hope we will not have that situation in the federal, because what we are trying to do now is trying to change the name of FRS in that bill, which I'm not comfortable with that, because his antecedent does not show that he has credibility when it comes to issue like this. That is why I am against that bill. Why is the president so interested in this issue of a tax? You understand, when people cannot feed themselves, you are talking about tax, and people are, for those people that are saying that the North did not allow the selling of alcohol in their state, I think they should think twice. Some of them to visit the North. I don't know which part of the North are they talking about, because to my own understanding, almost all the North Central states, they have these companies in those states. I don't know what they are talking about, that they don't allow selling of which of the states, how many states in the North that does not allow selling of alcohol in their states that we are talking about? We should stop all this sentiment and face the issue, because I am not comfortable with that bill because of the president antecedent when he was the governor in Lagos State. Because now in Lagos State, we don't even know which company are collecting tax in Lagos State. And there is an allegation before that the company, you understand, who owned the company that they are collecting tax in Lagos State. I hope we will not have that situation in Federation. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Tell us your name, where you're calling from.
My name is Abubakar. I'm calling from Papa.
Welcome.
On this issue of EFCC asset seizure has been granted by the court, I think I don't think I would like to say it's mind blowing or it's shocking to see an individual own such a property. people are actually asking who the FPSC they refuse to name the owner of this property. First and foremost, what EFCC actually sought for the court is first and foremost is for future of the assets. So now, if the case goes on, because this person has not been convicted yet, definitely Nigeria will know who is the person that owns those assets. But what am I concerned most is even the asset that has been at least that has been recovered. That is by the way. On this of this tax reform bill is a good thing, and it's going to pay Nigerians. At least it's going to kind of drive the governors from states to actually look inward how they can enhance the development of their state. But my problem here is the VAT increase in the VAT from 7.5 to 15%. Another thing, when you are earning up to 200,000 naira, you'll be paying like 15% of that amount of money. That they should suspend that aspect of salary income below 3 million naira, because at the end of the day, we are spending more. People are spending more than what they are spending before. So trying to take a tax from their income, because you are taking up to 2.4 million.
Ooh, you still had about 10 seconds actually, but thank you. I think you drove your point home. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Sage.
Good morning.
From another. Honestly, on the tax reform, I think this is just a reality of where we are and what we are doing in this country. I know the northern elders will not support right from day one, right from independence. Even before that, these people have been playing kind of hide and seek game with other regions. But the funny thing is that if the tax reform is for everyone, then why are they opposing it? It's to allow Mr. President to go ahead with that process. And the thing is just that if we don't actually work on our country right now, when are we going to do that? So they just want other regions to come to serve them because they are kings and kings or what? So this is very, very funny. And it's reality. We just have to tell them the truth. They need to stand. Tell them the truth. You are not the best in this country. Let every region be treated equally. On EFCC, say, I don't want the EFCC and other agencies to become a kind of headline bodies. If they are working, they should do it well and let us see. We are tired of all these words, all the time headlines on papers. It means that if they want to actually arrest, they want to make, they should come up clean and let us know what they are working on. Not giving us a switch headline all time and confusing us. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Thank you very much. One more phone call before we finish things off with messages that we've gotten across all our other platforms. 091360000410. We can only take one more phone call and then we get to reading messages. Hello. Hello. All right. It's unfortunate that you had to waste that time. We cannot ask you to call back because there's no time. I'll just finish things off with messages. WhatsApp here says, good morning, Babalola and Alhaji Fuad. I can tell you for free that there is a hidden agenda in the tax reform. If the president is very sure that the bill will benefit the citizens, why is he forcing the bill? From my research, the bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer. Mr. Fuad, please, how will you handle a company that refuses to remit workers' pension after they have deducted it every month? Andrew from Ayobo also here. Good morning to you, my people in the station. My name is Victor from Shomolu. The issue of someone owing some blocks, I believe you mean owning some blocks of duplex in Abuja, would go to Lekki, Aja, and Ibeju, Lekki axis of Lagos. You will see so many buildings and estate, and you would wonder who owns the property. It is well with Nigeria. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Sage. Hold on a second. Yes, the tax man that says 90% of Nigerians are in support of the tax reform does not know what he's saying, and he knows what he's saying on the other side because he just wants to deceive Nigerians. They're full of propaganda. There's nothing they can do without propaganda. Honorable Koboko wanted to kill you, want to kill us with laugh. Ola from Agado. I know, right? I look forward to hearing from him every morning. We have High Mainland FM on the tax reform bill. The only time I can support the North is if there is equitable distribution of tax reform policies. The way it is now, it is like monkey they walk, baboon they chop situation. For example, alcohol is banned in some areas in the north, and yet they get profit from the taxes from other regions. So my opinion here is that let every region be taxed based on what they can produce. There are areas that they can produce more aside from food, areas with large deposit of minerals, area with large manpower, and so on. Let these areas or regions be taxed accordingly to what they can bring to the table. We're just so lazy in the country, and everybody just wants to sit and go to Aso Rock to collect allocation. I've been clamoring for maximization and diversification of our resources, and if this had been implemented, nobody would have complained. On the EFCC, the Yahoo boys can be paraded, but the bigwigs are kept hidden. A message from Sean. Sean, thank you very much. We have good morning mainland crew. As for me and the tax reform policy, what is the content of the bill? Sage and Fuad, some region in the south are of the opinion that the bill would further marginalize their region. Please throw some more light on the issue. Thank you. I'm Chris Ojubeli from Ikeja. We have another one here. Whenever I listen to naysayers, doom and gloomers, pessimists, I cannot help but laugh. Even if you hate your president, must you also hate good news? I salute you. Thank you very much. FM from Ogun State. We have here, good morning, best radio. So people are telling me that beer tax is the largest in Nigeria, and it is the only tax that the North want to share. We should all be reasonable. The taxes will make people poorer, and that is what the North is saying. Ajibola from Ikola there with a message. Let me see if I can run through some Facebook messages, right? Ayokpo Akintude Omogbola. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Good morning, Sage. Okay, you sent this to WhatsApp already. Let's see, Christopher F. Young. Good morning, Sage and Mr. Fuad. God bless you. Amen. For the tax reform, I don't think if there's any state in Nigeria that's not vibrant. If there are states as such, let them go and work hard to make it vibrant. Nigeria must work for both poor and rich, not only politicians. The properties, which were recovered by the EFCC without knowing the owner. I laughed the highest joke of the year. It is a big shame coming from the EFCC. Why are you doing this to the country? Mainland FM, Nigerian people like me who have gone to online social media know the owner. Not understanding before evening today, you would also know the owner. Politicians will not destroy this country. We Nigerians can come together to unite and fight this corruption in the country. God bless my country. Thank you very much. Darlington says, good morning, Lady Shejanoga Fuad. Okay, you sent this already. You sent it before. Deji G-Ball says, good morning, best radio. Some people are telling me that also have been sent via Facebook. All right. Oh, thank you very much for your participation. We appreciate you. We're about to draw the curtains on conversation. I believe I was able to at least read the bulk of messages that we got via our social media platforms. Don't forget that we are social. You can join us on Facebook and YouTube, and even go and rewatch all the shows that happen here if you could not listen in real time. Well, it's about time for us to go. We are going to debut a new program on the station. I thought to just prepare your mind. 10 a.m. today. I know you're accustomed to listening to Global View, but we need to make adjustments to accommodate growth and progress. And so we're introducing a new program at 10 a.m. It's called The Recap. Cordelia Okwe would be here at 10 a.m. with, of course, a distinguished guest, and they'll be talking about safety beyond the surface. So you want to listen to this program. Of course, you can already tell by the antecedent of the host of that program that you're in for a great time. So please join Cordelia Okwe and her guests as they join us, or as they debut the program Recap, and talk about safety beyond the surface. I'm Sage Babalola. At 10 a.m. the show would air, so please stay tuned and listen to that show. That's everything we have for you this morning on Mainland Focus. We'll go on a break, and then we have the recap. I'm Sage Babalola. Thank you for your time.